And welcome back, everybody, to Desert of Desolation. Last time, a dragon flopped its big fat ass right in front of the party, so they're gonna deal with that.
Uh, fucking.
So from your perspectives, again, there's just this giant, like, brass-colored reptile kind of looking down at you from between the webs of its wings and going, "Hey, what's up?" basically. And its belly is brushing the top of your cart as it stands there.
Howdy?
Huh.
Hello!
Hello.
We'll see. Ka has dived into the back of his cart.
Thank you for, blocking that there sandstorm. That's awful nice of you.
Oh, well, no problem. I saw you standing out here in the desert for no apparent reason and got a little curious. And then the sandstorm started up, and you're much smaller than I am, so I figured I could lend some bulk.
Much
Yes.
obliged.
Very, very kind. Yes, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Sir or madam?
That would be a sir.
Well, much obliged, sir.
I suppose I should properly introduce myself. Let me find where I put the fucking dragon's name. My name is Gevlarak.
Why did you write that down?
It's in the should be in the
Yeah, it's in general. I looked up.
Okay, cool.
post it again. I'm just a little curious about why exactly you're out here. It's a very strange place for little humanoids to be.
We're on a holy mission.
Mm.
It's
Well,
usually people don't say that out loud.
Well,
she's
none of
neat.
us are what you would call locals, you see. Greetings, Master Gevlarak. I am, slowly puts down a very clearly jittering cup of tea.
You don't have to be so nervous. I'm not going to bite
Sorry.
your head off.
I have nothing but pride about our mission from Jazirian.
that's her mission, not all of ours, but...
We have
We
been...
were all brought together for it.
Well, yeah, but I don't even know who your god is.
I haven't spread the word to you correctly?
Okay, let's do this later. We have a visitor.
Jazirian is part of
yes.
the World Serpent.
Yes.
Like Jormungandr?
In a way, it
Yes.
was split
Yeah.
off from the World Serpent. It split off and became several different deities. I didn't know anybody still
Oh,
worshipped
that's a-
Jazirian.
Oh, that's
Oh.
interesting. I didn't expect that to be one of the things that's similar between our worlds.
Well, I do admit that I am from a somewhat sheltered area, but I'm sure there are plenty of followers of Jazirian. Although, she doesn't. Well, maybe that's part of my mission as well, to really spread the word.
Also, sir?
Yeah, the dragon is like looking at
Laura.
Yulara. Yeah, he just like his brow ridges don't really emote that much, but you do see them like lift a little bit at you. Like, I'm not going to burst anybody's bubble today.
Also, sir, pardon my French, but you're a fucking dragon.
Well spotted.
I ain't
You,
never seen a dragon before.
Well, now you have.
Well, perhaps
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not the
you're
only one
what?
who's sheltered.
Okay, no, they just aren't really in my world. Like, you've never seen a Jersey Devil or a Wampus Cat.
Well, I try not to truck with devils.
You don't
Well,
really
he's not
want
literal.
to do that.
Well, it's not the same. I think, like, he might be I'll have to ask him next time, actually.
Him, yes, as you can see, we are all rather. It's a long story, but none of us are originally from here, as I'm certain that is quite obvious.
Yeah, we're from.
This one seems to be from farther away than most of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I'm from a place called Earth.
You, I believe, if I'm getting your accent correctly, either Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep.
Yes, the Sword Coast is hard to take out of a man. Yes, Waterdeep. And my friend in the back who just dove in, who I'm sure will be coming out any moment now that he realizes things are calm, is from Chult.
Schultian.
And we have a resident librarian here from Candlekeep, another Sword Coaster. They are, well, mum's the word with her most of the time.
He does kick some ass, though.
Oh, it's very interesting to make all of your acquaintances.
Yeah.
Little hooded head pops out from between the, wagon flaps, curtains, whatever you fucking call those. Just like looks around, it's like, oh, neat, we're not dead.
I've never actually been acquainted with a brass-scaled dragon such as yourself. They're bronze, not terribly far away from where I live, but they're not quite as sociable.
No, they wouldn't be.
Is that like brass and bronze? Is there like more to that?
Oh,
I will regale you on the basic knowledge of that, unless our friend here would be happier to provide that knowledge, of course. We don't want to burden you with any more of your time, obviously, if that is what we are. If not, well, pleasant company in the sandstorm and all that. We are all the same rather grateful for your continued assistance with this meteorological phenomenon.
I do like conversation. Perhaps you would like to have this conversation somewhere a little bit more comfortable.
As in out of the heat, I would not be entirely opposed to that.
It's a bit of a walk. It's a temporary setup. This isn't actually my territory. I'm simply moving through.
Oh.
Oh.
Well. One moment. Just leans around and looks at the non-locals. Okay, so dragonology is hardly my realm of expertise, but here's a very simple rule to surviving in this realm. If a dragon asks you to do something, you never outrightly say no.
Why?
They are proud, and he is offering us quite a hospitable gesture by taking us somewhere where he himself is staying. Their pride is
It's off.
monumental.
And
Nice.
dragons are considered very divine servants of the world serpent.
I have heard such discourse, yes. So, yes, we are going to take them up on this for the time being, and if we must find a way apart from it, well, we shall make do, and we shall adapt.
It would be rude not to.
Not to mention, this
You
is
know.
potentially an ally in this environment, which we have a bit of a shortage of.
That is also true.
The few times dragons have graced my village have all resulted in a great boon for us.
Good, we're all in agreement. We would be very honored to accompany you, Master Gavlarak.
Well, it's always nice to have a bit of company, some actual conversation that doesn't come from another dragon. You all have such very interesting little viewpoints on everything.
Oh, well. Yeah, like... Man,
We're still getting to
You
know
guys
each
don't
other quite a
know.
bit as well.
Yeah, you guys don't call the sun here.
Who has not called the sun the sun?
Points. This one?
It's been a while. What did I call the sun?
You didn't really have a name for it, I don't think. And you were extremely confused.
I remember that I
by-
didn't have a difference between planets and stars in my concept of the sky. I don't remember mixing up the sun.
I swear there was something with the sun. It's been a bit.
Yeah, like specifically, like when you were trying to explain planets and stars, I didn't know the difference between those.
Yeah. Then let me redo that one. Yeah, like people here don't know the difference between planets and stars.
Making some pretty sweeping generalizations there, but yes.
They do use that as a very interchangeable term when they go about the phlogiston.
The what?
Oh, that's a very interesting subject. Please, we can discuss things like that in the comfort of my tower, if you don't mind.
Excellent.
Oh,
By all means,
absolutely.
lead the way.
That
We'll
is-
do our best to keep up.
Okay, and he's gonna lead you...
That is extremely generous of you, sir.
Oh, I know it is.
Oh,
I fucking love dragons.
I know.
That's what
makes me so nice.
I will say through all this, Moo is on her back legs and puffing up with like a low hissing sound. If you've ever heard a goose or a swan hiss, imagine that
Yeah.
but bass boosted.
He's regarding her with, the same way that you would regard a very angry toddler. Like, oh, look at you, you're very cute, but you should stop that before I get angry about it.
Mild amusement.
You're gonna hurt yourself, kid.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Like he's been around other like animals. I'm assuming he knows they typically don't act well around large predators.
Oh no, he's very big, so he's like, yeah, it's all you
Like-
want, I guess.
Yeah, Ka will like tug the reins a little bit, just enough to distract her, and she doesn't stop puffing up, but she does stop hissing at him, at least consistently.
Every once in a while, she'll hiss and let him know that she's there.
Exactly. Rattlesnake rules. I exist. Look out! I'll bite your shin.
So you follow him through the rest of the day, and when you get into like this square that's a little discolored, he will say, "Oh, be careful in these areas here," and he'll point out that the sand is looser. It's looser and deeper and kind of slippery.
Oh.
It's harder to move in. And he'll also
Oh.
point out something else by moving with more terrifying speed than something that big should have, plunging its head directly into the sand, like all the way up to its shoulders, and then pulling something out of it. There's like this giant starfish thing that it pulls out of the sand, and it just has this big ring of teeth underneath it. It looks
Lovely.
kind
Yeah.
of like a sarlacc, if to be more as descriptive as I can, but not quite. And then he'll like
well, that is
he'll spend a few
a
gory
vision.
minutes like eating it in front of you.
Hmm.
And he'll turn. Apologies for that. They got a bit peckish,
No,
and I
that's
heard
not
one of
aim.
them. You want to be careful of those
what-
too, because if you step in the wrong area, they will suck you down and eat you.
Lovely.
How are they?
They're especially prevalent in the looser sand.
They look vaguely familiar.
Let's see.
Ain't lying.
Most of you call them a dust digger.
Ah, shit.
I can't say I've heard of them, and I hope I don't get better acquainted.
Just be on the lookout for them.
Are they all that big?
Some of them can get bigger.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say they get smaller.
Well, they do, but this is about the mid-range size, I would say.
Lovely.
And he leads you to this square in the center. And I'm gonna move you to a different map real quick.
Oh boy.
Hopefully I did all of this correct. There's just a very short tower that has, like, been set in the sands. It looks like, to you, because you're a wizard, you would know that this is, it's the same tower spell that Vara has.
Galder's Tower.
Galder's
Nice.
Tower.
Oh.
He's just set up for two floors, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. So, you're acquainted with some rather iconic wizardry. I've considered purchasing a scroll that learned that spell at some point.
Oh, I'm a rather dab hand at it. I could probably write one down for you this evening.
That would be lovely if you are so kind. Thank you.
Let me...
You are, back where I'm come from, there's a term called Southern hospitality, and sir, you are oozing with it.
I do my best. And he's also, like, as he's speaking to you, he's kind of, like, doing some gestures. And he shrinks down suddenly.
Oh.
And he turns into... Let me see, where are you? Looks like this.
Oh.
Much easier to get into the smaller tower than is this. Also much easier to converse with guests.
I would imagine so.
Oh,
When I can
Are we
actually-
dropping down on this map?
Yeah, drop down right here in, like, the sand area.
Okay. That's me. And that's Tyr.
Please follow me, though. And he'll go into a door that's underneath the rooftop. So if I've done this right through here.
I only see the roof of the tower and blackness around it.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
go in.
Help.
We just drop our characters down.
Hold on, I gotta give you vision.
I got inside. I'm in. There we go, I can see. Oh, my. Oh, so good to be out of the heat.
Hey, I can see.
Yeah, go in that way. There you go. Okay, let me see. Are you on there, Raven?
No, I was waiting. No, I'm on the
There you go.
page somewhere. Oh, there you
And then go in right here.
go. Okay. Oh, that's fun. Oh, there's a little creature
Yeah.
in here.
He's going to... Please don't wander off.
Sorry.
Your goose can come in if she can fit through the door.
You're goofy.
Oh, I'm trapped. Oh no!
He's stuck in the door. There you go.
There we are. Yep.
Okay, there. Please, come and sit down with me.
Oh, all right.
Yes, of course.
Speaking of, can you shrink my goose to medium size, please?
Yes.
Right.
Is that something that like actually happens? Does she actually
Yes.
shrink?
Yes.
It's
She
something.
loses half her size and becomes the size of essentially a very large dog, and just pats up next to Ka and like flops down, lays her head on his thigh, like big fucking dogs do.
Yeah. Oh,
Please help yourselves if you are hungry. I don't have much in the way of fresh water. It's hard to come by. I do have
well, if
plenty of alcohol.
you
though.
need. Oh, I shouldn't.
Hmm.
Well, if you got some water you need like cleaned out, I can do you that.
I mean, I'm not worried about brackish water. It's just for guests. I would rather
Guests?
not.
Gotcha. Much obliged.
Your kindness is greatly appreciated.
It's mostly because I'm terribly bored out here.
I can imagine
I can
one
see
would
how
be.
that would happen.
This landscape is rather featureless to my eyes.
I was looking for something. I fancy myself a bit of a scholar. I came down from my territory, which is to the north, which you would know is the Sea of Purple Sands. It's a bit more lively up there with actual people living there because there's more standing water. There's no curse on the desert that would prevent people from making water out of magic.
Yes, we've been made aware of that. It's a rather unfortunate malady.
It's very strange as well. Nobody can quite remember how it happened. I think it's tied into the curse of the Pharaoh, myself, Pharaoh Amon-Ra.
We have seen some odd phenomena. There was a moment a few days ago where the desert seemed to freeze over for a time.
Just that happens. It's whatever moisture is in the air just freezes upon the crust of the sand and turns salty as it melts in the morning.
That was it.
Yeah.
It's very rare, and the flowers take advantage of it. Did you catch that in the morning? It's
The blooming.
the blooming, yes. It's one of the very, very few things that are beautiful about this desert. Hello. Yes. Yes.
Oh, you have a cat.
I want to make that canon,
No.
but no, he does not.
We do now.
No,
Oh.
It's a pet displacer beast.
Here.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine a displacer beast screaming like a petulant little cat?
Why would you do this?
Yeah.
and I've heard leopards make some pretty horrible noises when they want to.
Oh, they do. Come here.
Well, leopards are weird. They can mimic a lot of sounds. It's kind of freaky.
So, what exactly does bring you into this, as you put, very inhospitable place from so far away?
It was not by choice. We were actually, oh, excuse me. This food is very good. We were mistakenly ensorcelled and brought here through teleportation magic by a wizard in a nearby town.
Yes, he was the hand of Jerizian's wheel. Bah. I'm having trouble speaking at the moment.
Happens sometimes.
I need to slow down a little bit on the that meat there.
If anybody is vegetarian, I do have options for that, but understandably, I prefer meat myself.
Yeah, so, yeah, I do as well. I generally prefer on the rare side.
So this wizard brought you through time and space for...
Some much further than others.
Did he do it for
Yeah.
a reason, or was he just being an asshole for fun?
Well,
Well, he needed help collecting some. Well, how much information? Well, you're a dragon. We needed help collecting some star gems.
Star gems of Martek?
Yes, the Martek prophecy.
Martek prophecy. That's a very interesting thing for you to be pulled over here for.
yes, and we were not
yes.
given much to go off of besides that. He pulls out the awful map.
Oh, that is truly a very terrible map. Where did you get that? Did you pay for it?
No, it was given to us by our summoner. And we were
Yeah,
basically told, good luck, and sent on our way.
Yeah, and like, well, I can't really get you home till you do it.
Messing with magic he didn't quite understand, wasn't he?
Seems so.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
never a
it
good
was
thing.
like the way he put it was like he wasn't intentionally summoning specific folk. He was summoning the people who were supposed to be here or whatever.
Yes, prophetic language. I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure how much validity there is to that and how much of it is just attempting to summon.
And clearly
And-
that allowed Jerizian to make sure that we were all assembled for this holy quest.
Again, no offense to your god, but I'm not really a part of the whole quest.
I'm not entirely certain what we're doing here now. We're just making our way through. Back in Waterdeep, have made a profession of studying forgotten civilizations and abandoned places that our folk used to live. My specialty largely was in Icewind Dale, but here, well, there's a lot of possibilities. I'm quite a ways away from Waterdeep. If I can get back with anything from here, it would be talk of the town. So I'm just making the best I can of things.
As you would in this situation, it seems that you've all been thrown into a very strange predicament.
I'm kind of used to strange, but this is a bit of a special strange.
And I do want you to know that he is like sprawled on this couch. He's got his arms like across the back of it, and he's just kind of slouched.
Is he laying like a lizard would lay, just kind of betraying the shape change a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. And his eyes are still slit when he looks at you, and he's got very slight brass scales along his cheeks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The tells.
He doesn't seem to care to hide too much that he is something else in a different shape. Now,
Oh,
what is your specialty? You said is
Yes, I've largely. I mean, I'm not picky in the entire sense of it. I'll take whatever I can find that would help. But Netherese, Netheril, that's been my predominant realm of study.
There are a few places where you'd find Netherese here, but truly you'd find more from the Emiskari Empire.
hmm.
I can point on your truly terrible map. where you might find something.
I've been trying to fix it up with what we see along the way, but there's only so much a gal can do.
Yeah, I am.
We have filled in a few little margins. We found a turtle there.
You can see the professor's doodle here and my doodle here.
Yeah, let me, 1 second. I did do this before, but it apparently disappeared, so I just need to find where that is again. There we go. Okay. Yes, here you go. Your truly terrible map now has an actual map page.
Hooray.
You are
Yay.
like right here. You are truly not very far from Pizarre right now.
Good to know. Well, I wasn't aware there was any netheral relics spread this far east.
They didn't have very much because the Emiscari chased them off. One of the few old empires that could stand up to them.
Fascinating. Definitely make a point of that. That could be quite beneficial for me as a career movie is jotting all this furiously down.
You will find a lot of Emiscari, just ruins everywhere. They probably won't be any use to you without context. But what you're looking for with the Netherese, there are rock formations over here to quite a few ways away.
That's several days' travel, but that is certainly something I should make a note of.
There seems to be Netherese things scattered around there, and like off the edge of this map to the north, there should be more in another crop of hills. I wouldn't call them mountains, to be completely honest. They're just taller rock formations in the middle of a desert.
I see. Thank you for that information.
Oh, you are quite welcome. Always nice to see somebody looking for knowledge.
It's one of the few things that will outlive us, so long as we collect it.
True enough. Even me. Now, though, where exactly is this quest of yours taking you? And he doesn't make air quotes because that's not a thing, but you can tell that he's quoting that word.
There's emphasis placed, yes.
Is there anything I can do to speed along this quest of yours, wherever you're going? Also, if you
I don't suppose you know where any star gems are.
Well, I know the very basic background of Martek. Very powerful wizard. I believe he's most well known for sealing away a Ifriti. Very powerful Ifriti. Let's see.
What's an Ifriti?
Well, you would call him collectively a genie. Specifically, the Ifriti are very close to fire.
Oh, she had a gin.
Yes, very powerful and very fearsome.
This particular one,
especially.
This particular one was apparently a very great pain in the ass because he wouldn't go back to the plane of fire when he was defeated. He would just come right back immediately where he was killed.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
and sealed away somewhere in this desert.
Sealed away. Well, that's what, the legends about him say. I'm pretty sure that if he was sealed away for this long, he would be dead.
Well, so he can he can age then.
Well, not as such, but anything that would hold such a thing for that long would have already run out.
Oh, gotcha.
Comforting. Well, it's been a little bit, but I know that looking at the map, there were a couple of locations that this is probably not going to end well on Mortimer's end in terms of the results, but could I attempt to insight the dragon's intentions?
Oh, sure, you can. I'm gonna mark on the map too where I said that some of these gems were on your truly shitty map.
Hooray. Alright, I would like to roll an insight.
Go for it. That'll be good.
Yeah, good luck.
15. Not awful.
It was very vague, like up here, maybe somewhere, and over here.
Yeah, somewhere in that range is what. We got 2 from the map, and we got 1 from the Oasis thing.
Where is Greg? Are you on public now? Are you on public for rolling things, you piece of shit? You are. You better
Can I guidance?
if you would like. I mean, guidance. It's very obvious that you're casting a spell.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, there's
And I'm not
components
going
there.
to.
He's not. I'm getting a pretty good vibe. It's just he wants to make sure, by dragon reputation, we're talking about ancient relic jewelry, potentially magical treasures. He wants to make sure that he's not potentially handing over something to the competition.
No, he's not.
This is a dragon, so
I wouldn't say that he's trying to deceive you. He is trying to just get you into a conversation. But I am going to roll deception just so to see how your insight goes.
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Wow.
As far as you can tell, you've never met a dragon before, but as far as you can tell, with all of his body language being translated into a human form, close enough for you to figure out, he's not trying to pull a fast one on you, I guess would say.
Mm-hmm.
He is genuinely happy to see people and have them come and converse with him and keep him company.
Okay.
You think he's just being a brass dragon being a brass dragon?
Okay, so there's no sign of like, oh, I wonder if that sounds fun. I should do that instead.
No, he doesn't seem to be. He seems interested, and he seems to know things about Martek and his gems, but he doesn't seem to think anything of them beyond, oh, those are weird humanoid legends.
Gotcha. Okay, well, feeling good about it. Then yeah, he will take them up on the offer and pull out the shitty map and point out the locations where we've been told the gems are and potentially are.
Oh, okay. Well, I know
That is
one.
that is not a treasure mark. That was a place where we encountered some ghasts.
Terrible things. Not worth much. Can't even eat
Yeah,
them.
battle librarian took made quick work of them.
It's always good to have somebody like that. Well, so he's going to point here. I know that one for sure are probably where the city of Pazar used to be. good luck finding anything there. It seems to be just a vast swath of sand from what I can see.
Close to where we are now. I'm assuming the topography is similar to where we are, just scattered ruins here and there.
Scattered ruins here and there. There are a few broken statuaries there. You might be able to find a clue to where it might be. This one is for sure the Pyramid of Amun-Re.
So, we're not
mean-
gonna curse ourselves if we go into a pyramid, are we?
I couldn't tell you for sure. It was very... Pharaoh Amun-Re had that pyramid built on the backs of quite a few dead people in order to make it completely thief-proof.
As in, he worked them to death, or death wasn't enough to stop them from working?
Both.
Lovely.
He's the source of the curse that stopped the river Athos from flowing.
Ooh.
It's a very fascinating little tale. Would you like to hear that one?
I appreciate the context if we're very likely going to be going there. I'm thinking we might need to wait till later on for that. I'd rather not venture into the lair of a powerful necromancer. They have a
I've always
tendency to
enjoyed
not stay
dragon
dead.
tales.
So, from what I understand, is he plundered his lands and his neighboring lands to get the funds to make this tomb completely thief-proof so that he could have all of his symbols and proof of passage into the afterlife. He wanted to make sure that nobody could take them so he wouldn't be denied his place in heaven.
Oh,
And the river Athos ran from a magical spring that was tied directly to him and his bloodline. And when the people revolted, he cursed them and said that if you kill me, the stopping of my heart will also stop the flow of the river Athos. And your lands will die along with you.
oh.
And somebody hit him in the heart with a spear at the very instant he said those words, and the river dried up and has never flowed again.
Well, damn.
That is powerful magic to call upon.
So I believe that is also
Man.
why no other magical water can flow in this desert.
Hmm.
And if you are going to find the star gem that somebody has told you is there, I wish you luck.
Yes, I think that might not be our first stop.
Yeah.
Well, you are very close to Bazaar. You'd probably be able to find something there if somebody truly left a star gem there. If you could find the
Even-
ruins that it's in, all you'd have to do is dig through some sand.
We can do our best.
I could probably handle that.
As for these other two where you have question marks, I'm not entirely sure about this one. No, there used to be ruins there. Some sort of temple, I'm not entirely sure what it was. But this is for certain the Temple of the Oasis of the White Palm.
Yes, we've heard of this one.
I don't know if they have it there. I think that would be a very big deal for them to have such a gem. And they also might destroy it, to be honest. They aren't very fond of things that are tied to other religions than theirs.
So
Noted.
That's
you
good
might
to
want
know.
to keep your So yeah.
Oh, well,
What religion do they practice there?
Oh, they say it's the true faith of Anu. They do not believe that there are pantheons full of gods. They believe there is only one, and
Oh shit.
it takes
That's here too.
it
That's
takes
ridiculous.
monotheistic faith in a place like this. That's fascinating.
And it's only the Dupari that believe that. The Rarindi still believe in all of the old gods. That's why they come into so much conflict with each other. Honestly, I think if they just got along, because I think the only reason that they come into conflict is because of that. Otherwise, they would become one people again. Religion is so very strange.
Right? Like where I come from, a monotheistic look at things is actually like the rule, not the exception.
Was it always?
Here, that's considered rather dangerous talk because the facts are right there. It's in plain view. In fact, there's honestly so many deities involving different realms and domains here that there's several of them that even exist within the realm of redundancy.
They believe that it's all Anu using different guises to talk to people in the way that they would understand.
It's ridiculous.
Oh shit.
It is a little ridiculous to have to. I've met gods face to face, and I believe I'm looking at a cleric right now that could call upon their god's power. I do not know why they believe this, but they believe this, and I will leave them to their belief, I suppose.
It's like believing there's no difference between mountains and oceans.
You know, there are mountains under the ocean.
But would you say the two are one and the same?
Absolutely not.
That then you understand my point.
Yeah, I was trying to give you a fun fact. There's a lot you seem to like be learning about for the first time.
Oh, this dragon on your map too. I should probably warn you. You might not come across the true form of them. There are it's a very good chance that you might come across the smaller versions.
Oh,
The smaller versions are called Thunder Herders, and they're not that dangerous. They will probably ignore you in particular. But the bigger versions, you would know the most probably as purple worms.
Ooh!
oh, yes, I've read of them. How comforting to know they're here.
So, like, how big we talking here?
One of them, if they get big enough, could probably swallow me in a few bites. In my true
We could
form.
all settle in and make camp inside of its mouth and have enough room to make paces around.
They are very rare. The smaller ones, the Thunder Herders, they look the same. Slightly different color. Move in herds and will disturb the sand, but probably will not bother you. You do not have enough meat to bother with.
Note to self: do not get bigger around them.
That stretch of desert. There's many other dangers, it seems. Well, I don't want to
Yes,
be a
they,
burden or impose upon you, but is there anything else we should be aware of as far as dangers go for some group as small as ours moving through all this?
Let me see here. Well, there's always other dragons. I mean, they will be smaller than me. I haven't seen any that have quite gotten to my age. But if, most of them are probably going to be blue dragons, so if you know how to kiss ass, you should probably be alright.
Well,
Unless they're hungry.
I've had to capitulate myself before boards of directors and college deans. I think I can handle it.
Oh, truly evil. I would, any shift below the sands might also be a brown dragon.
Oh,
Could also be a
Not
purple
familiar,
worm. So either one is probably going to eat you.
lovely.
Browns and blues. How many colors are there?
The entirety of the rainbow and more.
Yes, there's even
Oh.
some debates among scholars about whether or not some colors are blended together, how they're all related. Seems like they find new ones every few years or so.
That would be Tiamat's work, I believe. She likes making new dragons every once in a while just to irritate everybody else, I believe, is the only goal she has. But if you truly want to know, I can tell you all about other dragons, and he'll regale you about every other dragon type on Faerun. Including some of the more esoteric ones like fang dragons.
You're gonna be here a while.
Yeah, she is fucking absorbing that. No, because she's seen some weird shit, but she's not seen actual dragons before.
Yeah, he's definitely info dumping, taking all of the time that he can to just talk to you.
And now we come to, I don't like to brag, the best one, the brass dragon.
There's no doubt that I am my kind are of course the pinnacle of dragon kind, beyond Bahamut, perhaps. That's basically what he says about brass dragons. Otherwise, he gives
God.
you the pretty basic rundown of all of them.
Hell yeah.
I could do that, like, in character, but it would take probably an hour at least.
And a lot of us know this stuff.
Yeah.
That's if you stuck to like a couple sentences for each one. There are a lot.
Yeah, he is
This is
talking
knowledge
about
that
this.
we now have.
Yeah, he's talking about this as much as he can, and embellishing everything about the metallic dragons, and
Is he shit talking the chromatics?
not
There's
as
greens. We don't want to know about them. They suck.
not as much as you would think. It's obvious that he's not as fond of them as the metallics, but when he talks about blues, which would normally be his rivals, he's kind of like, well, they aren't bad for chromatics. Basically, he doesn't seem to mind blues all that much. He feels about blues the way I do.
You love
They're
blues,
comparatively
Allie.
chill.
Comparatively chill. I can understand why humanoids would not like them, because they tend to lord over them if they can get away with it. But never in a
that.
bad way.
Around folks.
They They enjoy having supplicants. They enjoy having people that listen to them, that they can rule over. And the more they have, the happier they are, so they tend to actually take care of them. Unlike red dragons. If you see a red dragon, you should just leave. Things like that.
Are they like fire, brimstone?
Yes. They're flaming dicks.
Noted.
But yeah, he'll go on and on until you stop him and ask him a different question.
I will say,
I've got a.
I will say, during all this, Ka has demolished the fucking table. Like, any amount of food he has eaten, for as small as he is, he should not be able to put away twice his body weight, but he has. And anything he doesn't eat or doesn't want to eat, he feeds to Moo. So the pair of them are just like, there is very little left on the table. As the talk goes on. Sorry.
No, every time you, like, finish the food on the table, he gets up, still talking, goes into the kitchen that you passed by, and comes back with more food.
And they continue
What's
to
the,
demolish
like-
the table.
What's the rarest, bloodiest stuff here?
There's raw steak in the kitchen.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And this basket in the kitchen here, it is just full of peppers that are just under the hotness of like a ghost pepper.
Oh,
Oh, God.
And he
Oh,
just
no.
takes handfuls of them every once in a while and crunches.
Yeah, they do that.
On seeing this, Ka takes an entire handful and just shoves them under his mask. No reaction as he's
Uh-oh.
crunching the peppers.
Oh yeah, birds.
He's a fucking bird. He also feeds a handful to Moo, who similarly has no reaction.
terrified.
Julie eats the fucking raw steak.
Hmm. Men and women of culture, I see. Good taste.
Oh, man. Well, thank you. You did as well. This is very nice.
Well, I happened to have the food and I saw you, and I do enjoy conversation. It was very interesting to get to educate somebody on my entire race.
Yeah, I've seen, there's a lot of stuff back home that's like, weird and special, but, no, just straight up dragons that I've met.
They might just be hiding in a different guise.
It is entirely possible. I know some people who are very good at hiding, like a friend of mine named Jeb. Big hairy fella. Somehow he's able to pick out just others of his family just out of fucking nowhere. Like, you have no idea where they were there. But he just noticed them at the corner of his eye, and boom, there they were.
Fucking remember that.
Yeah.
You and your fucking bullshit bugbear. Big
It's so fucking funny.
I've got a weird question, maybe.
There are no
Are there
weird
a lot
questions.
of are there a lot of bandits in this desert?
A lot. Not. What is your definition of a lot?
Enough that we may run into them with a semi-regularity.
If you go along the normal trade routes, perhaps they don't come out into the desert like you are. If you follow like the Sand Voyagers, I believe they call themselves, if you follow their trade routes, there's always going to be bandits along a trade route.
But there ain't any trade routes in the desert.
Just the one.
We passed that one the other day.
Is
God.
there a particular reason that you are asking? Just wanted to make sure
Well,
you
know,
can avoid them?
Yeah. You know.
Well, you're doing a very good job just tromping through the desert without following their trade routes.
Gotcha.
It's a very bold decision that you made.
Yes, it only cost us an encounter with some ghasts instead, but fortunately we made it out of that in one piece.
That might be because
I
I'm in
don't-
the area. Most things are giving me a wide berth, and I can't imagine why. And he gestures to all the raw meat in his kitchen. You might possibly be eating monsters.
I don't suppose there are. What kind of sentient races live out here?
He's. One second. His eyes slide over to you.
Oh,
Oh, where are you?
I'd like to know that answer too. This is the first time I've met so many
Oh, no.
humanoids.
do I need to roll a deception?
Yeah. If you're trying
Fuck.
to lie about why you're asking about this.
Yeah, she'd rather not have that be known. She's not good at it. Where's deception? Oh my god.
Yeah, he suddenly, like, he stops, like, pretending to be human for a minute, and you can tell that he's giving you all the laser focus a lizard can.
I'm not good at this.
You're very much under the gaze of a
Yeah.
predator right now.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Oh, no.
god.
I can't help you. I cannot help
Natural
you.
one. Callie, you know why she's asking. I mean, he might not get exactly that, but he might get an idea.
There's a very long pause as he just kind of looks you up and down, gazes at your other friends for a second, like slides his eyes back to you, and he goes, "There are many sentient creatures in the desert. Many of them will probably attack you on sight. Even though they are intelligent enough to speak, they often don't want to speak to humanoids."
Oh, so they're not humanoid races like my friends.
No, other dragons. There are, of course, the bandits that I spoke of. There's always the possibility of running into sentient undead.
Is that something we should be worried about if it happens?
Well, it sounds like if they're not friendly towards you humanoids.
Usually the ones in the
I don't
desert
know.
will attack you on sight.
I don't know if anyone's paying attention to her face. He is, most likely. But when he mentions sentient undead, there's a flicker of, like, kind of relief on her face.
And he hums. You might run into a manticore. They're intelligent enough to be considered sentient. If you're very unlucky, you'll run into Lacrota.
Oh.
What's
Maybe
that?
some elementals.
Can't really. Yeah, alright.
The gnolls out and about here. I've always heard such dreadful tales about them.
I haven't seen any in great numbers, but they always have the possibility of popping up.
It's good to know that at least they're not an immediate threat.
They usually stay They usually do not bother with this desert because there aren't enough people to menace.
Yes, you'd imagine that would be quite the deterrent.
But yes, there are very many sentient things that will attack you in the desert, and he's like he's making direct eye contact.
Yeah.
Like, he's not gonna
She is-
judge you for what you need to do to sentient creatures, but he knows why you're asking.
Yeah, she is visibly uncomfortable. She is like visibly fidgety now.
Are there any scaly folk? Lizard folk, troglodytes, kobolds, Wanti?
Not so much lizard folk or troglodytes. They don't like the heat and the dryness too much. You might find a few yuan tea. Usually in the shit, what are they called? 1 second. I'm gonna move you to the map real quick so I can. Or no,
Huzzah.
I'll just move myself to the map real quick. Yeah, there is a desert mountain range, and I would call these more mountains than the other ones that I told you about that might have netherese things in them, called the Hinjaz. You might find a few settlements of Yuan Ti there. They usually aren't
That would
very
be lovely.
welcoming of outsiders.
Well, I'm sure once I tell them I'm a follower of Jerizian, they'll know that we're of the same cloth.
If anybody's paying attention to his human face, he looks like he's like sucking in on his teeth, like probably not. But he's not gonna burst your bubble.
It very much says that, oh, honey, look.
Oh, honey, honey child, you're so.
Just Temple Girl. Just be aware that you don't know these folk. They might be as friendly as you are, but you won't know till you meet them.
They might be of a sort that finds Jezrien to be a disagreeable deity.
Oh, come now, there can't be that many followers of the other cast-offs of the World Serpent.
Why not?
Because they're foul and wretched gods.
They are
Maybe
foul
they-
and wretched gods, unfortunately. A lot of you on
They'll
the
take
Who
it
would,
from me.
who would follow Murshulk and Shekanester? They're gods of deceit and cruelty.
There is very uncomfortable grimaces on his face right now, like.
Oh boy.
Murshulk demands that his followers sacrifice their own to him.
Just slow, shifty eyes, and yes, who would like to lie on occasion and all time? Yes.
Well, some people lie sometimes to,
Protect themselves from
be
things.
safe. Yeah.
Again, he's making direct eye contact.
Yeah.
And I learned that a person I considered to be a good friend once secretly worshipped Merkel, so, you'd think you know someone sometimes.
Oh, what a terrible decision.
It did not end well for him, I will say that.
Friend of mine did a blood ritual once and summoned an actual demon.
You shouldn't do that. Demons are not the thing to summon if you have to make a deal with anything. I would rather go with a devil. And that's still low on my totem pole of things that I would like to try before I die.
It wasn't a great time, but funnily enough, there was another demon that was like real friendly.
That's unusual. Perhaps your demons are different than ours, though.
Probably. Right now she's like.
The difference between a demon and a devil is they'll both ask if they can eat your liver, but the devil will wait until you die of natural causes first.
She is visibly anxious, like just spouting shit now.
No, the difference between a demon and a devil is that a demon will rip you open and take your liver, whereas the devil will make you sign an elaborate contract that gives you your liver, gives your liver to him, as well as your gallbladder within a certain amount of years.
You know a lot about him.
Well, yes, you have to know the enemy.
Well, if you, it is getting dark outside, and I know that you humanoids enjoy sleeping when it's dark. There is a bedroom. You should have enough beds for you. Please do not go into my bedroom, which is over here.
Of course, I'll be rude.
But, would you, Julie, you said your name is, can you help me with the dishes for a moment?
Oh fuck. Oh yeah. Of course. It'd be my helper. It'd be my pleasure, Gavlarak.
You wouldn't happen to have a library I could peruse?
Not a full-blown library. I do have books in my room. Is there anything in particular you are interested in?
Tomes of law, necromoncons, anything like reading.
Well, I have plenty of that.
Groovy.
So,
I
you know.
I believe I can trust most of you, as long as you do not take anything out of my bedroom besides the books. Please go in and peruse.
Not dream of it. You've already offered us so much, and if you were honest about the potential scroll for learning the spell to make this sort of tower, that would be wonderful.
Oh, yes,
But only at your leisure.
I don't sleep as you do, so I could probably write that through the night and make sure that it's my parting gift for you, for indulging me for my want of company.
You have been the most gracious host. Been a very unexpected boon in this hostile land.
I wouldn't expect it again. I am about to take my leave. I haven't found what I was looking for here, so I'm about to go home.
We could keep an eye out for it.
I don't know if I'm quite ready to ask anybody to look for it for me.
But
Yes,
that's
you've-
understandable.
You've given plenty of your time and resources for us already. Though we will remember you if we happen upon anything interesting, and should we cross paths again if we're heading north or any other direction, I will be sure to regale you on anything potential. I mean, it's not every day you meet someone else with the interesting passion for learning more about other places.
That is true. I also have, I have another gift I can give to you in the morning. But please,
You are very kind.
Julie, please do help me with these dishes. Everybody, please relax on the couches, digest, and then go ahead and peruse my books and head to have your sleep.
Wonderful, thanks.
I think I might join you in that if you don't mind. That sounds delightful.
What a great honor for Julie, getting to help a dragon by herself.
Yes, come into my kitchen, Julie.
She's not sweating because I don't think she can actually like sweat. But you know, I'd say that like, oh god, oh god, I'm still learning all the characters' names. BB.
Yes, Mortimer.
Mortimer.
Mortimer, yeah. I think Mortimer at least would pick up that there's some similar discomfort to when she was Kate told you about her need of bones.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same, but like similar feeling, like kind of cornered vibe.
Mm-hmm. All right. As he's walking out, he'll just kind of gently reach out almost, but just slightly stop short of touching Julie on the shoulder. Then just remember, If he wanted us dead, he could have done it already.
Yeah.
A dragon wouldn't give this much up of resources for someone they intended to incinerate. They'd be incinerating their own food inside of your stomach. Just
Hold on.
don't lie and play it cool. You got this. Walks out very quickly.
So before we get to Julie,
That-
the sort of books that he has are very kind of esoteric knowledge books.
Your favorite.
So there are a few on necromancy.
Yeah.
Nothing quite like the Book of Vile Darkness, but some of them do get a little close.
He'll have one of those inside of another book.
And then-
anything we can
It-
glean.
all the way to the other end of the spectrum, he has books that aren't quite the books of exalted deeds, but they get very close, like on the metaphysical yeah. I don't know how to put it, but it's basically about all gods and how their bullshit works.
Ah,
And anything
Yeah,
in
actually makes
between.
that noise.
He's got a lot on ancient Emissary, and he's got some on ancient Netheril, but he doesn't have as much as he does on the Emissary Empire. He seems to be
Think-
very, very fond of the Emissary Empire.
I'll say that I just assume I've read most of what's available. If I'm from Waterdeep and I've studied Netherese as a specialty, I probably am aware, have read all the books on that he has.
You
So I was like, well,
either you've read them or it has basically the same knowledge in other books that you have read.
okay.
a couple on the Amescari and sneak out one of them about necromancy.
Furiously copy down notes.
It's like,
There's-
oh, delightful. It's been so long since I've done this.
You're welcome, darling.
There's also some on dragons themselves, and, you know, it's all written in the perspective of a dragon.
Oh
So
God.
it's probably not all
A lot of it-
exactly true. But basically, most things that you would like to read, he does have. A lot of his
Alright.
treasure hoard seems to be rare books.
Great.
Just remember, we need to return them in exactly the condition we got them in. Just being a proper good guest of someone with such a good library.
I believe I know what I'm doing.
Oh yes, I just speak out loud when I'm thinking, when I'm nervous about making things worse.
She might kick your ass if you don't.
Yeah, the librarian.
She's a librarian after all.
Nose and book.
And you.
Is there anything that anybody would like to say to Julie before she comes and talks to the dragon?
There's a look of like, help me, but also, you can't help me on her face.
Laura smiles blithely, unaware of why anyone would have any problem at all with being alone with a dragon. What an honor!
It's fine.
Getting to chat alone with one of Io's children?
Gevlorak is a cool dude.
Yes. That's part of my worry.
Get your
Kills
ass
guys
in
and
the kitchen.
doesn't afraid of anything.
Get your ass
Oh my
in the
God.
kitchen, Julie.
Oh shit. Which way is the kitchen?
Right here. This way. As you come in, he's going to shut and very obviously lock both of these doors.
Oh fuck! She's
And he's gonna turn around and look
she
at you.
freezes.
You don't have to look so worried. I'm not going to teach you or lecture you about what I believe you need. It's not like I haven't eaten sentient things before.
Uh-huh.
You don't ask those current kinds of questions about bandits in the desert, and if you're going to come across anything sentient that you can kill without needing to do so for some reason. I'm quite fond of your companions and you, and I would rather you didn't eat any of them.
I really don't want to.
What is it that you need from...
Well, it's... See, I'm not I'm not a humanoid. I'm not human.
I could clock that, yes.
I figured you probably could. Something called a Razia. I doubt you heard of it, but
No, I haven't
it's,
left my plane in a very long time, and I don't think I've been to your circle.
now to be fair, I'm not even. It's not even from where I'm from. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
Look, I come from a place, and then I got pulled to a different place when I was like freshly spawned or whatever.
It makes things more difficult for you, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because I don't really know all the details. Like, I got some stuff because there was some notes about a guy who studied me. Studied me rather
Hmm.
painfully.
It's unfortunate.
But
The question stands, though. What is it that you need from sentient creatures that you can't get from anything else?
well, but basically, I need to use their neurons to replenish my own. And if it's not good if I don't. I don't want to. I wish I didn't have to, but if I don't, I'll hurt more people.
So, if I'm understanding you correctly, you're sort of like an illithid and need brains. You need thinking
I don't know
creatures'
what
brains.
it is. Well, yeah.
Alright, and he's gonna...
I'm re-
He's going to open a cupboard over here, and he's going to plop a human brain on the table.
What?
All right.
And
This is
She
Abby
just
normal.
stares at it.
he turns and looks at you. It's, I am a dragon. If people attack me, I'm going to eat them. I don't particularly like brains, but every once in a while I'll cook them up and fry them, and they make a nice little stir-fry.
I've got some bite. How long dead is this?
It's pretty fresh when you look at it, but it looks like it's been like magically preserved.
Okay. This is so this actually this should help, but I need functioning neurons, like we those guests we fought earlier. They ain't do nothing for me.
Because their brains
They-
weren't working at the moment.
Yeah.
It's even worse than the mind flayer problem. It has to be alive when you consume them.
Yeah.
Well,
They need to be neurons that are, well, in my world, you say you'd word it as there need to be neurons that are firing.
well,
This looks like it should do though, because it's very well preserved. It should help tide me over at the very least.
how much intelligence does a thing need to have before it does anything for you?
So
I think in
I
game,
don't know the exact.
like above game,
Oh,
we
yeah, we talked
agreed
about
that
that.
it was like, above a 4 or above a 2, I think,
Yeah,
when they could start understanding
Yeah.
language.
that was it. They gotta be like, kind of smart enough to talk,
Talk
or at
or
least
understand.
understand when you're. Yeah, understand what you're saying to them.
Because plenty of things can talk without understanding what they're saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, your best bet in this part of the desert would probably be trying to look for a basilisk. Or a Greek.
All right. A basilisk or a Greek?
Both of them are intelligent enough to understand that people are speaking to them. Might even be able to understand that what is being said, they just don't care. Everything is meat. You
I
aren't
wish it
going
were
to
that
run into
easy.
humans out in this desert. At least the way you are going. But those should help you.
Hey, if they're that smart, they should at least keep me functional.
Is there anything else you need that I can provide? I am, like I said, I am very fond of your strange little company.
There is. I mean, I just stocked up, but if you got any like human bones,
You are fucking weird.
I didn't ask to be born this way.
No, it's fascinating, actually. It's just not entirely sure why anybody would create something that needs to eat other human beings. But
Yeah, if I ever fucking meet him, I'm gonna pop him in the eye.
that's probably what most people would want to do to their creator, to be fair. And he'll reach into the same cupboard and pull out a bunch of human bones. I was gonna make soup, but... Don't worry, I didn't feed any of your friends any of this either. Most of this is cow or camel. I wouldn't do that. I'm not a psychopath.
Humans in my world have done that kind of thing.
Humans in this world have done that kind of thing. I would not like to
Yeah,
emulate
shit.
it.
Yeah, this is for a different problem that, as far as I can tell, is unique to me. Hooray!
Hooray! You didn't have enough with the brain
I
eating
don't-
and the bone eating.
Yeah, I've got a hard time holding my shape, which, as far as I can tell, is it's a me problem, not a Razia problem.
It's unfortunate. So you need bones to help you keep a shape.
Yeah, like I can use other things like wood or metal. Metal obviously lasts a good long time, but bones are the most appropriate for the shape I tend to take.
Have you ever tried to make metal bones?
I haven't, because most people aren't gonna be particularly happy if I ask them, "Hey, can you like make a metal skeleton so I can put it inside my body?"
Well,
Boy, you have now you need to have that conversation with me later.
one of your friends is a necromancer. I believe he would probably be thrilled to be part of such a experiment.
He was actually not bothered at all about
Necromancer.
the fact that I need bones.
Necromancer again. They're very chill about
Yeah,
needing
yeah,
dead body parts.
Yeah, I just left Lloyd outside. He saw Lloyd.
It's a dead house.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
a dead horse outside of my house right now.
Well, don't beat
To be
it.
fair, I don't really know what taboos do or don't exist here for that kind of thing.
You would get a strange look for asking for metal bones, but nobody would blink too much. It's just finding somebody who has the capability of creating metal bones.
I got weird looks asking for fucking goat bones.
Well,
So-
how did you ask for the goat bones? Were you shifty about it?
So look, I wouldn't have been, but then one of my party members followed me, so I got nervous.
People
I'd
asking
really-
shiftily for bones are usually doing it for a weird reason. Be confident when you ask for bones. You need to
Right?
ask
I
for
say
the
from
bones.
another room.
You need to ask confidently for the boning that you want.
Oh my god, Callie.
That is the big advice I've been given about bones. Asking for bones is that you got to be confident. You're more likely to get boned if you're confident about it.
I could have told you this
Oh my God.
days ago. He
Shut up,
non-canonically
you're
says.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
hear
it actually was the professor who also asked for bones. That's how he made his scale horse out there.
And I asked with confidence, he says non-canonically.
Shut up, non-canonical Mortimer.
A big boost of confidence and a generous swelling of pride.
He probably the only looks he probably got for asking for horse bones is because most people, horses are too valuable to strip down in a butcher shop.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Next time, ask for bones very confidently. You will get a very strange response from most people. Strange by your measure, I'd guess.
Gotcha.
Please enjoy your brains. I'm going to go into the next room and speak to your other companions for a bit.
Thank you, I won't, but I appreciate the thought.
Well, thought that counts.
Yeah, I don't enjoy this part.
It is the thought that counts for you, because you need the thoughts for it to be substantive.
So, he's going to come and sit on the couch right next to you, Nara. So, tell me about your worship of Jazirian. I haven't met one in a very long time.
Oh, well, he's the god of my village. Let me go through what I wrote down so I don't fuck this up. We're a small settlement, relatively isolated, I suppose. We were our place was founded by coatls, so we all followed Jazirian because that was sort of the culture of the founders, as it were. We worship very devoutly. Occasionally we get other scaly folk visitors and do trade, and they talk of their faith and we talk of ours. We've had a good number of dragons, even in my short time, that have visited and then bring us news of their following of Io.
Where did you say your village was again?
Well, it's There's a desert and there's a tropical rainforest. We sort of there's this sort of middle area between them where it's not quite as dry and not quite as humid. That's where our village is.
Did we ever agree on a spot in Faerun?
I think
for
it's Yeah, I think it's like somewhere like if it's not in Chult, it's like nearish it. Let me see where I wrote it down because I did have let's see. Okay, she's aware of Chult, but it's not where it is. It was basically like the New World equivalent of Maztica.
Oh, Mastica. Okay.
Yeah.
On a different continent than most things take place in Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
Ah, I haven't been
because
there.
because one she's like, yeah, there are some who call Jazirian Quotal and think that he is a dragon god, and no offense, but I'm fairly certain Jazirian is a serpent god.
No offense taken. Dragons have quite a few gods of their own.
Quotal is a very good deity. I've read some of the works, but it's not quite the same.
It's been a very long time since I've heard anybody that has worshipped Jazirian. You'll have to excuse my curiosity that it's a flaw of mine.
I also want to know that she keeps saying Io rather than Bahamut or Tiamat.
He's also taking note of that. It's like, I think you're from a place that hasn't had contact with the outside world in a very long time.
At least not with Faerun.
How about you, my friend? You said you hailed from Chult, and he's going to address you in Chultian.
Oh shit! I didn't know there was a specific language for Choltian.
It doesn't come up very often because they use the common tongue because most people trade.
Oh, he kind of perks up at that, or Cop perks up at that. It begins like rapid fire shooting off. And the thing's just like, oh, it is very nice to have someone who speaks such coherently and clearly for a change.
It's always hard to translate into a different language, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. So, what can I do for you, my host?
I was just curious about you and your very large goose.
Oh, a merchant. Go from many places to very far through Chult. See the many lizard folk and other peoples there. Trade many things, most of which did not make the trip with me. He just kind of like pauses for a minute, like, I'm gonna have to restock when I get back. Fuck, that kind of pause of realization.
All of my shit!
Basically, at the moment, I only have 250 pounds of salt.
Salt is still valuable.
Very much so. Speaking of, could you use any? Just like pauses around, like, oh, could I make a deal here?
There's a very sharp toothed smile at you. Like, he knows what you're doing. And he's like, might be looking for some salt. How much are you charging?
Price is negotiable, but trade is worth much more.
What exactly would you be interested in trading for?
He's going to like tap the mug. He's like, how much salt would you say be worth small cask of this ale?
Let's see here. Small cask of that ale that's very good ale, my friend. So
it's very good ale. You see like three completely empty mugs he has been drinking while eating.
Can
In
birds
spite
get
of being
drunk?
so. Yes, they can.
Okay, yeah. So just
Bird,
wondering.
like some corvids will specifically target like fermented fruit, so they can get drunk off their ass.
That's fair enough.
Like pretty much every animal does that. I don't know any that are immune to alcohol, honestly.
So he's going to start out by giving you an outrageous amount of salt that he'll give you, or he'll take for one of those ale casks. He knows that what most traders want to do is haggle.
Mm-hmm.
So he's starting off with a very outrageous price.
What price does that be?
I can't fucking think of anything. Like,
Oh, he's trying to trade for his salt. So just yeah, it's like just shoot. Just how many pounds of salt do you think would be an outrageous amount?
how many do you have?
250.
100.
He makes a gasping sound, places a hand on his chest, and goes, "Sir, you drive hard bargain. Hard bargain."
It is very good
Somebody-
ale. I brewed it myself.
Of course he did.
Hmm. So, of
Laid
course,
it
don't
down
want
for a
to.
very long time.
It's like, of course. Cannot deny the quality, not at all. But so much salt. That is much salt. Can go. And again, the first offer is always outrageously low to almost insulting. Could do most here, £40.
I'm afraid that's a little too low for me, my friend.
Hmm.
Come up a little bit, perhaps to 90.
90. Very much. Maybe 80? That'd be quite a lot, though. £80? Yeah. He's rocking his head back and forth, like, oh. Like, he's gonna wait. He's like, how does the dragon react to 80 pounds?
He's kind of surprised that you went up so high that quick, and like, well, 80 pounds for a small cask. I think I would feel like I am ripping you off at that. Perhaps 80 for 2?
Oh, very generous. I was factoring in, of course, your talent with the making of the liquor, yes. I think that is good deal, I have to say. I take before you change your mind, yes.
He'll offer a hand to shake.
He was shaking. His like little squinty happy eyes, he's smiling under his fucking veil.
He's like, this little fuck just wants to haggle with me.
Yes! Like, he does want to make money, but he finds mercantile fun.
Oh God. He's a capitalist.
No, capitalists don't have any fun.
That's true.
He was thinking you would come down to like 50, and he would agree on that for 1, and he's like, well, that's a little too much.
So, like, one of his quirks is Ka gives good deals, though he acts like he doesn't.
Yes?
Hey Callie,
What?
do I get any flashes of memory from this brain?
I don't know, that's up to you. I don't know, how do you want that to work?
Huh.
It's been dead for a while, and frozen, so you probably wouldn't get too much.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
You can get the last memory, which is a dragon biting its head off.
God.
Which is
It's
a
not
cat
that she,
screaming.
is trying to. It can happen sometimes.
Come here. Quit crying at me.
Uh,
Come.
she will. after some time, come out, not really looking at anybody.
Thank you for your offer to do the dishes. It was very nice of you.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Going to check in with your friends in the antechamber before I head into the desert to hunt for myself. That dust digger made me crave a little more.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
Bid you good night and come in. Knock on the door first. Not to disturb your reading. I was going to head out into the desert in a minute. Is there anything that you would like me to look out for?
Well, good question. I believe you've honestly done enough, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything to look out for. We are grateful for the company and the opportunity to actually enjoy an evening in a cool space reading for the first time in a while.
Can't imagine you've come across a lot of books in the desert, no?
Afraid not.
So you... And he's going to gesture to Tyr. You come from Candlekeep. It must be jarring to come to a place where there are 0 books from such a place.
Quite. That's not the usual for me.
Librarian, you said?
Yes, you could say that. More like a guard of tomes, but I keep busy shelving as well.
So when they said battle... Oh, hello. Hello, Julie. When they said battle librarian, they were being very literal?
Quite, yeah.
Yeah, she kicked ass.
I don't doubt it.
She goes over and flops into the bed.
It's just my job.
Well, your job is very admirable. Guarding knowledge is always something that people should take more seriously.
Agreed.
Well, I shall take my leave. If there's any more books that you can find beyond the topics that you would hit pointed out, do just put the ones that you are reading back first.
Absolutely.
And he's going to slip out and go into the desert, and you can hear him turn into a dragon on his way out. And you are left alone in the dragon's lair, basically.
Julia's face first into the pillow.
What a wonderful and hospitable fellow.
We are quite fortunate to have run into him.
Yeah.
Should we shelve these books more and turn in for the night?
Yes, I believe I've learned what I can from this. I mostly just did this for the entertainment.
Was it a good book, Professor?
Yes, quite informative.
I'm gonna translate.
Absolutely.
So I've been meaning to ask, are you back to Julie form, or are you still that weird lion thing?
Oh no, she is Julie form. She is
Okay.
Julie form.
Just wondering
I
if you've
forgot to switch back.
been wondering if you've been
No,
this lion
no.
thing that entire time.
No, that was my wild shape form.
See, if you were the lion thing the entire time and you sleep and you go back to your regular form, the guy he would come back and be like, "Who the hell is in my house?"
Where is your icon, Julie? Did I not save it? Shit.
It's alright, you don't have to change it back. I was just making sure.
Oh no, because I didn't have one before. It was just the like default. Like
Right.
yeah. Eh. Ah. Okay, jeez.
Is there anything you guys want to discuss among yourselves before you go to sleep, now that there is not a dragon listening to you? Or you just want to go to bed?
Oh. I don't think Mortimer's got anything to say. He feels like he clocked that the dragon's intentions were genuine, and he doesn't feel like anybody misstepped or made any faux pas that potentially make an enemy out of him.
Does Hyperion have any
Yes.
comments about the brass dragon?
Hey,
He was
Glad
a
we
very
didn't-
understanding fellow, wasn't he?
yeah, I'm glad we didn't piss him off. Brass dragons are usually very nice, as long as you don't do that. It's a good thing we didn't run into a blue one for our very first dragon.
That would have been an entirely different scenario. We wouldn't be here at all. Likely would have had to have paid some kind of tribute to them.
As they do like ass kissers.
Right, blue dragons are quite the character.
I'm not good at ass kissing, I will tell you now.
Well,
Then you just turn into that lion form thing again, and we'll just say that you're something that we hired, that we are bringing along as a guard dog of some kind.
blue dragons do not hesitate to bite off people's heads when they make them angry.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's a little deserpentizing to go and make a person act like an animal.
Serpentizing's not a word.
Oh,
Yes.
would it be dehumanoiding?
Ugh.
That's
If
You know, I don't really
think
know.
about it, all words are made up.
It's a very human-centric outlook there. This is hype.
Look, I'm not. I may not be human, but I was, around a lot of them. Humans and human adjacent. I think Jill was a human. Although Cooper was like a severed human head in a jar.
Very, very strange.
Fascinating. Well, we stumbled into about as fortunate a company as so far. But I have a distinct feeling our luck is about to run out. We're fairly close to one of them. These supposed locations of our quarry, but we are very likely going to have a hard time finding it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a holy quest if there weren't some heroic deeds for us to accomplish on the way.
I'm going to try to. I could stand to learn a thing or two about holding your attitude into account.
Your attitude is admirable, Temple Girl. I don't share your sentiments, but I can appreciate them.
You have made that abundantly clear.
Look, sorry, but I don't hate. Religion doesn't have the best reputation back in my home.
It does sound
mean,
like
like-
your world could do with some better gods.
Yeah. Yeah, it could. Fortunately, we're all out of gods.
To be honest, the state of the
Well,
world
not
right
here.
now,
We have a surplus.
I would take Tiamat.
At least you know what you're getting.
So
Yeah.
would I.
Yeah. Shut up.
Shut up.
In a fight, right?
God damn it, Will. Holy shit, I'm gonna make Tiamat pop out of the fucking sand now. I'll fucking get you.
God.
Just you.
So once again, the RPG trope of a will self-insert being with a hot coffee comes to pass.
Oh my god. Well,
God damn it, Will.
on that note,
Yeah.
if everybody is ready to go to sleep,
Yep.
Yep.
There's nothing that bothers you at all during the night. There's not even sounds from outside that might be a potential creature even getting close. You can't entirely blame them, but
Yeah.
even if you wake up in the middle of the night, there is no sign of your host returning.
Julie is completely under her covers.
Mortimer will stay up a little bit and do a little bit of study, specifically trying to put down a couple of spell scrolls that he bought earlier and trying to get them inscribed into his spell book.
Okay. I think you would have enough time to do that and still get a long rest. This is a very safe place, so it'd be the most the easiest place for you to do this in a very long way.
Mm-hmm. Alright. I will show you. I'll put down the spells that he goes through and inscribes in a bit so we can keep the plot moving.
When you all wake up in the morning, the tower is still there, and your host has still not returned. At least his presence isn't in the tower at the moment. There is a note on your door that says he will be back in a few hours. If you still would like those spell scrolls.
Yes, I very much would.
Otherwise, if you would just like to leave, it was nice to meet you, but he will be back in a few hours. But he knows that you are on a time crunch, so... Or at least he thinks you're on a time crunch.
No, I'm happy to wait. That's Mortimer will rather firmly state he wants to wait and get that scroll. Think of it this way, if I get that scroll, then we can spend nights in a facility like this instead of exposed to the elements.
Well, I would like.
That does sound nicer than just sleeping in the desert.
Now granted, it will be easy to spot. It might attract attention, but we will be in a fortified position to defend ourselves in, should that happen.
Hopefully no death mist comes and bothers us.
Well, why would that happen?
You're in the wrong environment for that. Just get hit by locusts.
God.
Eventually you do finally hear the approach of a giant winged lizard from the north. He shakes the tower when he passes over, and then when he lands, but he comes in as the same kind of friendly, bronze-colored humanoid that you got to know last night.
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright.
Well,
How was your sleep last night? I hopefully didn't disturb you too much when I was stomping around outside.
Oh no, I didn't notice a thing.
It was
The most
I
comfortable sleep
said,
I've had in
you know,
days.
Well,
it was I feel rested.
that's good. And he'll make direct eye contact with you again.
There's more she's not saying to that, but
Well, I do have your scroll. Um, I am going to have to take down the tower and be on my way in just a few moments.
Of course, yes. We graciously thank you for your hospitality.
I did take a flyover where your map said that your gem was probably located. There are a few instances of ruins sitting out of the sands there. I'm not entirely sure which one might be where you are looking, but there are
We'll,
signs.
We'll endeavor to uncover the answers.
I wish you luck, and I hope your quest isn't as dangerous as it sounds.
Oh, it very likely will be.
Having to go into a potentially cursed pyramid, with a potential very strong undead in it. I don't envy you on your journey.
well, I appreciate your concern and your hospitality.
It was fortuitous to meet you. Very nice. Wasn't expecting company out this far in the desert.
Neither were we.
Well, safe journeys.
It was fortunate to you as well, child of Io.
Be safe, child of Jazirian.
She beams and gives a bow.
He'll say in Chaltian to Ka. May you find somebody to haggle that doesn't know what they're doing.
Tilts his head at that and goes, "There is fun in that. Fair winds and good fortunes."
Oh, not like other merchants, I see. Farewell, battle librarian.
Hell
Thank
yeah!
you.
It's spreading!
Thank you for the lore drop, the veggie bowl, and the perusal of your library quarters.
Glad you enjoyed the meager library that I bring with me. If you ever do find my actual lair, or I ever do get to invite you there, I have more books. Not as much as Candlekeep, of course, but still, I think I have a few that you might not have seen before.
It's a date.
Mm. Mm,
Be careful!
be careful.
Yeah! You might be into that!
He might be into that. He might be into any one of you.
Oh no.
Maybe there's
It
some
is a
hot
no.
Stuart for you.
Oh no.
In particular.
Oh no.
He gives you breakfast before you leave, but he does eventually kind of kick you out in a polite way. And you watch the tower just kind of fold into itself, and he turns back into a dragon and nods his head at you and takes off and goes this direction.
All right.
Imagine being blessed with so much power from the world, sir.
I thought his god was Io, you said?
Well, Io and Jazirian are all facets of the world serpent.
Wait, I thought that was like a conversation you had that wasn't what you liked.
Him?
Well, there are some facets of the world serpent I'm not particularly fond of, like Mershulk, but that doesn't mean all the facets are bad. Jazirian's not alone. There's Io, and Shekinester has her good sides.
We're walking, by the way.
Are walking.
Yep.
Yeah, you go back.
I'm
to
following.
The
I can talk and
Yeah.
walk. I can West Wing it.
It's like when we
Oh my
get to
God.
the wagon, Kaw claps his hands twice, and Moo doubles in size back to her original size. He just begins hooking her
How-
up again.
How do you do that?
He's so bummed.
Ah.
Useful. Gets on top of Lloyd. It's like, I hope the sun wasn't too harsh on you, old bean. To which there is no visible response at all.
There's a weird whistling noise. Like he's trying to make horse sounds and he can't quite because he doesn't have lungs.
Oh.
It's just a wind through the bones.
Yeah.
You see, Julie, the world serpent was shattered into several facets. There's Io, the dragon god. There's Esilius, which is the lizard folk god. Mdeus, who is a demigoddess of Saruk worship. There's Jazirian, of course, god of the Coatls. There's Semuanya, that's another lizard folk god. There's Shatarun, that's another Naga god that Shekinester absorbed. There's Thane, the Lord of Venom, who's just a big snake. And then there's Mershulk. And of course, all of those gods then have their own children who are also considered fragments of the fragment of the world. Like, well, for example, Jazirian Shekinester had a child, and then she just keeps going and going and
Yeah.
going.
She's trying to be patient. She's like, yep, uh-huh.
I rolled a 4.
Rolled a 4.
Good for you.
Let's see. Oh, nice. Flip a
Like,
coin
this is...
and call
Flip a
heads or
coin.
tails. Call heads or tails for me.
Oh, God.
Heads.
So, like, is the world serpent, you're like, hyperfixation?
She tries to parse that last word. So above fixing. Well, I suppose that
also,
it has been fragmented, so it would be above fixing in many ways. Because how do you fix a god that's
No.
been broken into other god?
No, not fixing, you know what a fixation is, right? Something that you're, like, fixated on.
I am not the most well versed in common.
That's fair. That's fair. So basically, what hyperfixation means is, like it's a topic that you are especially fond of and especially interested in learning about.
Oh, so like an interest.
Yeah, but like a very special interest.
Put yourselves down in the middle of there, please.
Oh no.
Make Lloyd large.
I saw the game probably when I was looking up gods. All right.
Second here.
Well, I think all interests are special.
You should
Well,
probably say
yeah,
that.
I'm not saying
that's what makes all people unique, is their worldviews and the different bases of knowledge they accrue. You know, learning is one of the domains of Jazirian. So learning about the world in depth and breadth is one of our great calls.
I don't imagine the word neurotypical means anything to you.
Oh, yes, we have neurotoxin.
No, oh my god. What's that? What's the boss music?
That
I mean,
actually is a good snort. Just,
I mean, with I must admit, my fangs are not particularly strong, and my venom glands are vestigial. But you know, there are some Wanti who have a very strong neurotoxic venom.
No, that's not what I said.
So, as you're having this conversation, somebody roll me a perception check real quick, just to see.
someone else do it. I have
I'll
a feeling
do it.
I've done enough.
I'll do it.
Sure, I'll do a crossbone if that's right.
Alright. Tear.
I'll try.
Actually, not terribly good at that.
Eh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well,
It takes
Roll
you.
normal.
That's better.
Okay. So
Cats.
you'll notice this.
Lord.
You see, like the sand kind of humping up, like something is coming through the sand at you. So they don't get a surprise on you, but 1, 2,
Oh.
3,
Oh.
4, 5.
Oh
Three
shit.
chars.
These worm things just kind of explode out of the ground, and then there's a bigger one behind you. Roll for initiative, please.
Kinda.
Hey, look! Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. Somebody rolled them for you.
Oh, perfection.
Find out
Where is?
where initiative is on my sheet. Right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
time to deworm this.
Alright, Tear got a 19. I got
Top 20.
21.
You've rolled really well in both of our combats so far.
Well, an initiative, not at the actual fight.
Yeah. No, on initiative.
Oh! Oh, fantastic. Sandworms! Congratulations! We've summoned sandworms.
Oh, is that a Grick? A Grail? Grick? Grail?
Grick. Growls are
That was in
different.
character. that was in character. Trying to remember the name.
Yep. No, BB would remember growls real good.
Oh, yeah. We've had a fun encounter with Grells.
I almost killed one of his party members instantly. Okay, so it looks like first up is Ka.
So, I feel like somebody needs to tie down the big guy before he causes problems. So he's going to swivel moo around and charge her into the side of the big worm.
Okay.
Is not mechanically charging, because that's a specific thing. I'm being just clear.
Yeah.
First off, I'm going to Hunter's Market before I fucking forget.
Fair.
And then I'm a swing a de halberd.
Swing it.
Roll.
Oop.
14.
That one misses.
Okay.
That one definitely hits.
I'll take that.
All right.
Roll that crit damage. What does
Nice.
What does cleave do again?
It doesn't matter in this regard. I need someone next to him.
Damn, 19. Holy shit.
I'm just making sure everything's adding up correctly. So yeah, it's both my hunter's mark and my halberd, which is a D. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, just making sure everything's mathing right. This new system and all.
Yeah.
And then since I attacked, Moo can use her reaction to attack. And then she'll get her actual attack.
Okay.
Like, I forgot her reaction attack, which would have been very, very nice.
It hits.
Really? Was that 20? No, it's a 17. Okay. 13.
Nice.
And then now it's her turn, and she gets her actual attack.
Hits.
2. That's my girl. Destroy it.
Okay.
So you just see him unsheath a halberd, that's like longer than he is tall by almost double. Swings it with both hands, just starts carving into this worm, and as he's swinging this son of a bitch, Moo swings around, and just bashes it with her tail as they're just basically just wailing on it like psychopaths.
Okay. Not bad.
That is turn.
Alright, Mortimer.
All right. Just one quick thing to note. Tyr's not in the initiative with a 19.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yep.
Where is the 19?
There we go. All right. So, all right. Remembering how things went before. Stride Lloyd. He'll move a little more towards the middle. Alright, seeing the big one in the threat and seeing that he's got relatively decent cover from the little ones all around him, he'll look over at the big one, flip open his book. Alright, can't go wrong this time. And read out an incantation, and there is a gonging sound. As an action, he casts Toll the Dead at the big one.
Nice. Goddamn.
Wisdom
good roll.
save.
Yep, wisdom save. My DC is... what is it? I think it's a +1 on top of it because of the grimoire. Where is it? Oh yeah, it is DC 16.
Okay, it just fails then.
Thank God. All right, so yeah, it takes the D12. It takes, god dang,
Mm-hmm.
19 necrotic damage from that.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a ringing sound, and the creature just starts to... it almost looks like it's drying out in the desert heat as it's being exposed to a lot of necrotic energy. And then bonus action, he'll flick the reins on Lloyd, who will activate his fun little thing. So my bonus action, Lloyd will activate Baleful Glare.
Wisdom save.
So it has to beat a 16 wisdom save. Or be frightened of me. Well, it passed, but still. Worth a shot.
Yeah.
Alright,
Glad it wasted its nat 20 on that one.
for sure. Well, see, that was better than last time.
Not bad.
And I'll stay close. I'll provide support from here, just to make sure that we, well, tally-ho and all that.
Alright, Julie.
Hmm. This isn't gonna fuck me if I do that, will it? Okay, now it has to. Alright. Okay, I can only underwater. Got it. I'm gonna wild shape into a lion.
Okay.
Not literally, but you know. Could you make me large, please?
Yes, I can.
Cool. Are they all within range? Didn't work last time, but within 15 feet. They are all in range. I need all three of the Grell around me to make a wisdom saving throw.
3?
All three, yeah.
There's 2 of them.
Oh, that's not the two. I need both to make a wisdom saving throw.
I was like, where the hell is the other one?
DC is 13. No, 11. 11. Wow.
One
Wait,
failed.
one failed? Which one failed?
This one. This one here.
It is frightened of me as I let out a roar.
That means he can't get closer to you.
Disadvantage ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight and you can't willingly approach.
Okay.
So that one's, and then I'm gonna lunge at this one. Okay. And we did find out last time that it's their stats plus my own proficiency. Soft 20?
Soft 20 will hit, yes.
And that'll be 8 slashing damage.
Okay. Alright.
I've got... and that is turn.
Okay. Cheer.
How,
Alright. You good?
Okay.
Alright.
So my sister's PayPal and sent me a bunch of money,
Ew.
like in the thousands range.
That's gross. Alright. So, bonus action, activate the flame tongue. You're wanting two-handed?
Sure.
Which one you
Sorry.
going after? Okay. There's this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Okay. Run up here. Bonus action, activate flame tongue, and 2 swings.
Nice.
15.
Yeah, that will hit the
Oh.
normal Grix, yes.
okay, side note, Callie.
What?
That growl that I hit gets pushed back 5 feet.
Okay. So
Yeah,
the
so-
the first one will hit, the second one will miss for you.
Oh, that was damage.
Oh, damage, okay.
Yep. Second attack incoming. That one will clearly miss. So your statement was still still accurate.
Damn. That's right. I
So
don't have
13 damage, 8 of it fire.
I don't have fumble tables. What does Sap do again? Disadvantage on its next attack. Okay, that's good to know.
Yep. And that's turn.
Turn. Okay. So it is Lara.
Okay. I think what makes the most sense for me to cast is what I always have Shadowheart cast whenever I'm in a fight. Which is Spirit.
Spirit guard. Yeah.
Ah, yes, the Holy Wood Chipper.
Holy wood chipper.
So I'm gonna move away from the horse so I don't hurt it, because I don't know if it will be hurt by my anti-undead radiant effect. Now I'm just surrounded by little flying snakes. Ethereal flying snake.
Oh, nice. Gonna move towards either one of them, the Gricks in range to get them in there?
Yeah, I probably could get to this one. Or would it be smarter to go after this one? Yeah, smarter to go after this one. I can protect.
Wisdom save. It's not a high wisdom save. Meets it, so it beats it. Half as much damage. You want to roll that damage for me?
Yeah, sure.
Jesus. Fucking spirit guardians. So half
Fucking
of
spirit
15
guardians.
is 7. Even half damage on that one's pretty fucking good, so. Alright. Anything else for you? Bonus action?
No, I think that'll be it for now.
Okay. So the big Grick, it is its turn. You are in its face.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 21. They're gonna hit either one of you? Either you or Moo?
Are you attacking both of us, or just one?
It's going after Moo. But I know you have a thing where you can make it hit
Yeah.
you instead.
I'd much rather it hit me, and yeah, it's gonna hit regardless. Ouch!
Okay.
Damn!
And then tail attack.
Yeah, 25 hits.
And then
I'm letting that one go to move.
if it hits with 10. Yeah, I could do that.
Woof.
I'm going to take that again.
Okay. So
That is absolutely hilarious. Sorry, go on.
So it kind of leaps at you, and it wraps all 4 of its tentacles around you and like digs into your back, slaps Moo with its tail like on the ass, and then bites you in the chest with its beak, like all in the same 6 seconds.
Oh.
So the little Grickies,
Right.
tiny Gricks. This one comes after you.
Uh-huh.
Not that close, buddy. There you go. Gonna guess that
Misses.
doesn't hit.
Nope. That one hits. Ow!
Can it get to... Yes, it can. Sorry, the wizard is in range.
Of course.
It can't. Oh, well, I guess that's not closer to me, is it?
No, it's just going laterally.
But it has disadvantage on the attacks.
It does. So,
Hooray.
just see if it rolled a natural
Hooray.
1 or not.
Oh God!
No, is it-
The 11 definitely doesn't hit.
No, it does not.
Right?
Haha! Successful plan.
I just realized I didn't put my health in my token, so now Scatha sees how much damage she did.
Okay, this one's going to attack Tyr.
Okay.
23.
That will hit. Unless you use shield.
It will regret this action.
So you are now grappled, by the way,
Okay.
and a beak. Right there. And, this one is just going to bite you, Lara, because you're right there, but I think does it take damage from Spirit Guardians again?
If it ends its turn there.
Okay, it's going to. It's not that smart. 14 hit you?
Where the hell's my AC on here? No, it don't.
Okay, and then that's definitely not gonna hit you. Okay, so they all suddenly just start darting in and snapping and flailing tentacles at all of you. Damn, ow.
Fucking love Spirit Guardians.
Alright, and we're back up to Ka.
So, how is the big Grick looking?
He is almost dead. Very much
Thank
so almost
God.
dead.
Thank God, because you see how much health I have?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, cool. Alright, so, yeah, I'm gonna swing a halberd at it.
Swing at a halberd. Definitely
20
hits.
in.
Probably gonna take it out. Yep, you take it out.
Oh, thank God. Dead. Ow! Alright, so
Hey, the
who's
saves.
up?
The
So,
save for my roar should actually be
there's one
higher
of my
than 11.
squishy wizard friends, so hello. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna swing at this one again. Or swing at this one.
That-
9.
Yep. You have
Nope.
advantage though, so
Oh yeah, duh. I forgot. Fuck. Don't
not that
matter.
it matters.
Not
one was
today.
actually worse.
However,
Damn.
it does allow Moo to roll, also with advantage. Go, my horrible beast. Yes, you can do much better than me.
Yep. Okay.
15.
Alright.
Advantage again. 25.
Damn.
12.
Jeez. 12.
So, after just Ka, who looks absolutely shriveled on the back of Moo, breathing hard, swings his halberd, manages to behead the thing as Moo holds it down. Then he turns around and she bulldozes over here, basically like runs over this one and then slams her front feet down and just begins stomping on it.
Jesus. Alright. Mortimer.
Yes. Alright, well, feeling much safer now. Let's see, what's the best option I got here? Alright. Thing is pretty close. Not a big fan of that.
I don't think anybody would be.
No, they
No.
don't.
Gricks are friggin' ugly too.
Alright. Alright. Second verse, same as the first, and the guy right next to me.
Okay. Damn. Alright. Let's see.
So it'll be 14 if it fails. It passes, so nothing.
Doesn't it do half damage?
It's a cantrip,
Oh,
so
it's a
no.
cantrip, so no, yeah.
Told the dead just hurts like a son of a bitch. It
Yeah,
is
it
a
does.
cantrip.
And then bonus action, I'll command. I guess do what I can. I'll have Lloyd kick him. Not that it worked out.
Advantage.
Yeah, you do have
Oh yeah, that's
advantage.
right. That's right.
It's just being sandwiched by two giant angry animals right now.
Well, now that it made a difference.
Yeah, that
Tried.
misses.
Oh well. No, running away seems like it'd be a pretty risky maneuver at this point, but at least I will maneuver down here a little bit. Be a little harder to Be a little harder for the rest of them to approach me that way. All right, that's turn.
Okay. Julie.
Raven, you're looking pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity, but I'm going to approach the tiny little one.
Hmm.
14 misses.
You
And
cast-
this. What?
Go on, sorry.
This large thing just kind of looms over for you for a second, and then like lifts a giant paw. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Are you
Did
able to
you
cast
cast?
in?
I can because I'm a moon druid.
Oh, they moved that to lower level.
Moon druids can cast certain spells while in their wild shape form.
That's right.
Yeah, so this giant paw just like clamps around you in a not in a way a paw should move, but it does. And then when it pulls away, there's like white goo left where your wounds were. And the goo like melds into your skin. And you get
Lovely.
14 HP back.
That's not bad.
That's all I can do.
I love that the freaking healing spells are so much better now.
They're actually fucking useful now.
Yeah.
And then she'll turn back around and growl at the Grick and like. Actually, no, I can move more.
Yeah. You only moved like 5 feet.
You get healed.
10
No, well, you got fucked up by the big one. I think you can handle the little one.
Probably. We'll see.
I did just heal you.
I know. I can probably live a couple hits, yeah.
Go away. Then I'm going to. Actually, no. I should. Fuck! I'm gonna stay here and be a meat shield.
Okay.
That's turn.
Okay.
I am the healer, even when I am transformed.
Alright. Cheer, it's your turn.
All right.
You got two
Still
horrible
grappled.
little worms. Yeah, if you want to try to get out of the grapple, it's strength check.
Doesn't make too much of a difference right this moment. Teen.
15 will hit. Jesus. This one here? The one that's grappling
Yep.
you? Christ.
Yep. Oh, another one. And let me see. Bonus actions, I don't think. Yeah, burn a second wind for bonus action. 11 hit points back.
Okay.
And turn.
Enter. Okay. Ilara.
Well, that one's close enough. I'm going to make my staff turn into a cobra head. As like a bonus action. And then I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit him with the staff.
Hit him.
Oh, dang.
Do you want me to be nice and say that you can flank over here and get advantage before you do that?
I would love that, yes. Alright. Let's try it again. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Okay, that hits.
That's better.
I figure your characters would be tactical enough to know that moving is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 15, 17 damage altogether.
Yep.
Okay, it's still up, but it looks like it's just hanging on. If there's anything you can do for...
Well, as soon as it spends a turn in my Spirit Guardians, I think that'll...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It is their turn. This one first is going to come up here and try to bite you. Julie?
Fucking hell. Yeah.
Okay, so you are now grappled.
How? It can grapple me and I'm large?
Oh, sorry. No. Medium or smaller.
Okay, okay.
The other
It
one
could,
could.
alright.
Typically, you can only grapple things within a size range of you.
So 15, does 15 hit you?
No.
Okay. It's that one. This one,
Let me I don't think it does. It's just,
it's end turn in the Spirit Guardians, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to get a bite on you.
yeah.
Ow.
Oof.
Ow. Yeah, that's on you, Ilara.
Well, that's a pretty nasty bite.
But I'm going to guess it's going to die
Hit
from the
hard.
Spirit Guardians.
Well, let's find out.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
It's on you. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Give me a second.
Pretty sure whatever you do is... Yeah, whatever you do is going to kill it.
Fuck that, Rick.
Did get a good chomp on you before it went out, though, so... Okay, this one's going to go and go after, Tyr.
Yeah, that is. Okay.
And that one's gonna
That
miss.
misses.
And this last one is spoiled for choice. So I'm going to flip a coin real quick. Heads or tails? Who wants heads, who wants tails?
Heads.
Tails?
Okay, it's tails, so it's going after you.
Jeez.
Okay.
These things rolls.
The new monster manual things aren't screwing around. They're out to kill
There's
you.
there's Nora, correct?
No, that's at you.
No, it's you.
Just making sure. Yeah, I'll take that. It's 4 damage. I can take that.
Okay.
Hmm?
So it is back up to Cobb.
Going to maneuver around it so we can get advantage again. Because why not?
Fair.
Let's see. Herbert. Oh. 18.
Hits.
Yes.
Damn.
Good old 14 damage. Well, I moved my hunter's mark up. So, yeah.
Jesus.
Still up, I'm guessing?
Still up.
Right. Advantaggio.
Hits.
19.
Definitely.
18.
Okay, it is now down.
Nice. And then we're gonna move our happy asses over here. So I have movement, or Moo has movement for years.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. So because the thing I attacked died, she doesn't get her reaction attack. So she just has her normal attack at advantage. Swing of the attack.
Jesus.
God
All right.
damn,
Yeah.
man.
I'm pretty sure that hits. Buck. Christ alive, move.
That's my girl.
All right.
And that is turn.
Okay. Mortimer.
All right, so there's 2 left. How's the one over by Tyr looking?
This one. It doesn't look too bad.
Okay. All right. Well, still being grappled by it. Yeah, I think we're gonna. All right. Time to burn out something a little more fun. Bonus action. Hex.
Ooh.
So it'll do an extra d6 of necrotic when I hit it. Then, action. Not wanting to potentially risk that. Anything crazier, I will. Wrong tab. Yes, I am. There we go. Ray of Frost. Aw, man. Oh well. It's still hexed. I'll give it disadvantage on. Go with wisdom checks, I guess.
Okay. Alright. We're up to Julie. There's 2 more left.
Yeah, the one right in front of me, it's getting a rend with advantage.
Nice, good. 15.
So, 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. It'll be 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
Is it still alive?
Still alive.
Okay, so second swing. Advantage. 17?
Hits.
Cool. See it 6.
It's still alive.
Oh my god! Motherfucker.
They're slippery little worms.
Oh, is that a bonus action? Bonus action. Well, that's a disgusting thing to give me while I'm wild shaped. That is turn.
Okay. Tyr.
Okay. Still just not liking being grappled, but knowing full well that it's locked in here with her.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
27.
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ. Oh.
Sarah! Holy shit!
Oh, you almost took it out in one hit. That's disgusting.
Sarah, here is terrifying.
So it's still up.
It doesn't want to be, but yeah.
Yeah, it's missing a good chunk of itself. 17.
Hits.
Finish this boy
Please,
up.
please just kill it. Oh yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, it kills it.
Just decided you just stab into it, it combusts and falls over.
Just kind of poofs into a cartoon line of ash.
Then, I don't know, bring the pain, move over to the other guy.
God damn. Okay.
Alright, turn.
Laura.
Okay. Yeah, I can get there. Get Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians, idiot.
Why am I having so much trouble remembering where the... There it is, okay.
Jesus. Okay, you kill it. You walk over there with Spirit Guardians and it dies. Oh, damn. Alright.
I love
So
that spell.
You listen for a couple minutes, and you don't hear any more digging, and they're all definitely dead.
I mean, I should while we're here. The one that's right in front of me. I'm going to, while still transformed, to bite its head off.
Okay. You can definitely tell that it is on the lower end of sentient, just like Gavlarok told you. But it's doing whatever it needs to do.
Yes.
It's definitely satiating whatever need you have for whatever it does for you.
Yeah.
After that fight, I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Yeah. How do you look, Mortimer?
I didn't take any damage.
Oh, damn.
I'm
Yeah.
also going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Then I'll-
Tyr, how about you? Did you get
Then I
hit?
will cast on the Moo.
Here's down 11 hit points. That can be pretty easily recovered with another second wind.
Okay.
But I think for that I am going to call it for the night after that fight. I am going to move you another square, and I'm going to describe what you see there, and it's let me see, where are you? Where's the description for that? I know I have it written down. So you're waist deep in the desert sands. You kind of come out of the more loose, shaky sand into the normal sand that you were walking on before. But there's a stone giant stands guard over some aged ruins. It's featureless from this distance, but the statue appears to be clasping a tablet.
Oh, that's a statue.
So it looks like that might be a good place to start looking next time for the entrance to this city that you're looking for. You might find your first star gem might be on the horizon.
Jazarian provides!